for Shore Home. So they didn't steal anything. They just literally kicked in the door. We're like a few blocks from the bars and stuff. And the cops actually said more than likely it was probably someone that was drunk and they needed somewhere to stay, which sounds crazy. But believe it or not, last year we had, not us, but our next door neighbor had the same issue because they don't lock their doors, and then they woke up to find some random guy in their on their couch sleeping. So you got that. So anyway, so what we end up doing is we installed Ring cameras and we put them down there and really, really love the interface. So if you haven't used them before, and so we got that. And then, so we end up putting them in my regular house as well. I was like, this interface is so nice that we're thinking about putting it into the warehouse. Well, we started adding additional cameras into our home, and they just like the range isn't good enough, like for because everything's Wi-Fi connection and everything else. So I'm like, this just isn't going to work for like a 12,000 square foot warehouse. Go figure. So what I started doing is I looked online because we already had a security camera system, but it ended up dying on us. We were using Night Owl before, I think because I bought it at like BJ's or something like that. And it worked for a while. Like it was good for like when you're looking at it at the office or the warehouse. But the playback and everything else was super annoying. And then the app was like, I don't even know if there was an app, but it was complete shit. So anyway, I wanted to get a new DVR because we're out of the warehouse. Now we have all this material in there and everything else. So I wanted to monitor, what's going on, make sure there's no issues. And long story short, so 2 minutes finally into this, what did I choose? The Lorex, the Lorex home system. So there's a lot of different systems. As I think all the newer ones are using the Lorex home app. If you like the Ring app, this thing is like the same. It's pretty freaking sweet. So you get the alerts. You can set up each individual camera as far as like the name. So when alerts pop up, it'll say for us it's like the aluminum, the front entrance, the side entrance, the office, like that kind of thing. And everything, like literally, of course, all the cameras were set up, which I have to go buy a few more, which that's where I'm headed now. But the cameras are already set up, so I just plugged everything in. But just to get the DVR up and running, just some nice touches. One, it just works. Two, the firmware update was pretty damn quick. Three, it actually knew the date and time, so I know that's not like a deal breaker, but like it was exciting to me coming from Night Owl, which was a complete piece of shit. So there was that. And like I said, the camera app literally took like the iPhone app took like 2 seconds to hook up. The only downside of the entire experience, and it wasn't even that big of a downside, is my original password I put in. When I set it up, I believe it was the correct one. I feel like it was the correct one, but it said it wasn't. Locked me out for 5 minutes, so I had to wait 5 minutes. But literally, the entire experience was awesome. So if you already have security cameras and you hate your DVR, you hate how the functionality is of it and everything like that. I just got the DVR itself. So I think I spent like 260, 275, 280, I don't know, a little bit under 300 for the DVR. That was for H channel to terabytes. And yep, so just wanted to kind of give you that heads up because it was amazing. Like, I'm so happy with the thing. So anyway, heading to Costco, I think they have another system for pretty cheap because we need additional cameras, plus I need the additional wires and everything else. So I'm just going to do it that way because it's going to end up being cheaper than buying everything separate. Plus, we have the new section that I still have to deal with, the electric and the Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff getting set up. So until then, at least I have the additional box when I'm ready to go. Plus, Costco has an insane. I did hear that what do you call it? I did hear there was a few people that said the DVR died on them within like 6 months, a year, something like that. So Amazon, I forget what I paid, but it might have been $30 for an additional 3 years. Amazon, their return for when they do the extended warranties, it's usually pretty damn simple. You just order, you send the other one back, and then you're done. And then Costco, of course, they have a insane return policy. So if you're going to get it in store, Costco might be the route to go. But anyway, hope this helps and have an awesome night.